Hey, welcome back to the Lick of the Week videos. This is our fourth video in the series I'm calling Lick of the Week Redos, where I'm basically going back and re-recording the very first videos that were so terrible in quality and replacing them with these HD versions. The lick that I posted in June of 17th is the fourth video as far as I can determine, and it was this melodic lick, which is a very well-known melodic style lick. If you're familiar with bluegrass banjo at all, especially melodic style players, you'll recognize that lick as one that's really commonly heard. It's almost one of those what I call required melodic licks that every good player should know. And it can be used in fiddle tunes, it can be used mixed in with scruggs, it can be an ending lick, it can be a tag lick. It can be basically anything you want it to be. You can break it down into fragments, chop it up into pieces, and use those pieces to make up your own licks and improvisations and things, so that's pretty cool. And like we've done in the previous three videos, we're going to zoom in on the right left hands and then maybe use song examples, add some extended content that we didn't have in the original video. So I'm going to go with the left hand first. Whoops, we're going to check this camera angle here. Try to stay in the shot. And what we're going to do is look at the fingering for the left hand. And if you're a pretty good melodic player, you'll already be familiar with some of the fingerings that you're going to see that I use in the video. So here's the basic position, which is a really commonly occurring scale fragment position that you can move all over the neck and go anywhere, but we're going to use it in the context of G for this example. Again, with the capo, the lick will get moved up. Nothing about the lick will change other than its location on the fingerboard. The capo will be providing you the open strings you need to play the lick. So without open strings, you can't play this particular lick. So use the capo if you want to move it around. Here is the lick again, and I'm going to call out the fingering of the right hand. We'll look at it in a minute, but watch what I do with the left hand. Try to stay in the camera shot if I can. Let's see, I think that's a better angle. 2, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1. 2, 1, 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3. 2, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3. So there's the basic left hand fingering, and don't think this is the only way to play it. Obviously you can use whatever combinations of fingers you like, but this is something that just worked for me. And you'll find that most really good melodic players tend to favor the same fingers for the same positions, because they've already found out by trying something different that different is not always better. But again, if you do find something that works better for you, you can throw my fingering out the window and replace it with what works better for you. That just seems to be really common fingering amongst really good melodic players, because they all know it works. Now let's go to the right hand, see what it's doing, and stay in the camera shot here. Wrong way. Here we go. And again, don't look at my old skinny white legs. I haven't been out in the sun much this year. And see if we can get a good close-up of the banjo head. And try to give you a good angle. Maybe this is a better angle for what the right hand would be doing. And I seem to be getting out of the camera shot even more for some reason. But again, I'm going to call out the fingering, and you just watch what I do. I won't tell you what fingers I'm using, but I'll show you in the video. And I'll call out the notes I'm playing. 2, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3. 2, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3. Now you may notice that I dropped my thumb down in a certain place. You don't even have to use the thumb anywhere except maybe on the 5th string. That may feel a little weird to a Scruggs player to use those fingers down there, but for a melodic player, the index can sometimes be even more valuable than the thumb. Yes, the thumb does give you some extra punch, gives you that downward feel. Instead of the plucking up, you're pushing down. But use whatever works for you. That's pretty much standard positioning, I would think, for most melodic players. Now, that's the right and the left hand. The lick's really not all that complicated. And if you wanted to see, you know, how this would fit into measures, you'd have to determine what your timing signature was. There we go. Try to stay in the camera shot. So if I counted this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, you'd wind up with almost a measure. By the time you played the third string at the end, you would be crossed over into actually the beginning of another measure. So I'm going to call this a measure lick. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and. So it will fit in a measure pretty squarely. Now, as we talked about in the beginning of this video, the places you would use this would be as an ending phrase to end a particular section of the song, or maybe the grand finale of the song, the real ending of the song. You could use it as a tag lick somewhere in the tune to fill a measure that really doesn't have much melody. You could break this lick into various fragments, which we didn't do in the original video much. I mentioned it, but I didn't show you what you could do. You can just take pieces of the overall large lick and just use smaller sections to fill little specific spots and measures. So you don't always have to play it verbatim. You can change it up and use it however you like. So I use the song Bill Cheatham as an example, so I'll just do the same thing in the redo video. So you noticed that there I used it as kind of a tag lick or a phrase ending lick for the B section. So it hasn't appeared yet, but now here comes the end of the B part. Use it there every time, and then on the repeat of the B part I used it as a phrase ending lick, I like to call it. I just ended that phrase or that section. You could call it a section ending lick. I could also use it for the very end of the song. So it could be your lick to, you know, end the entire solo, you know, for the song. Now, as I mentioned before we run out of time, you can also break this into fragments. Just these notes, which happen to be E, F sharp, and G, the last three notes of a G scale, they can become actually a lick. You can add more notes. So don't think that this is just one standalone lick that you always have to play that way in the same instance. You can use it in different places. You can chop it into smaller pieces. You can play around with the timing of the notes. You can shuffle the notes so that you're not playing the same notes in the exact same order, and you come up with all these cool variations. So this will conclude Lick of the Week Redo number 4. Hope you enjoyed the video and the lick, and we'll see you on the next redo. Thanks.